Hello and welcome. This video is going to be a book haul. I was trying to wait till I had picked up enough pieces to actually do a dedicated haul. And all of the books that I'm going to show you were $1.50 or less, and one was actually free because it was sent to me by one of y'all. So Paz, thank you very much. They sent me Archie and Mehitable all the way from across the pond. I do not know what this is. It looks like it is a poetry book. Well, that's lovely. I didn't realize it was poetry. Thank you. So this is a poetry book, and I did put the postage sticker on my, what's it called? Light box? Breaker box. On my breaker box. My breaker box is actually right by my front door, and it's ugly. And it's right by my front door, and I can't really cover it up because it's the breaker box. So I've decided that I'm going to just cover it in stickers and then put a frame around it. So that way it's kind of a feature instead of an eyesore. You can see that in addition to Paz's, I also put a Neuromancer sticker on there because I really liked the Neuromancer book and I thought the artwork was great. So now let's get into the rest of the books that are actually science fiction. Again, Paz, thank you very much for sending the book of poetry. I will read it. So the first one I'm going to share with you is The Mote in God's Eye. I picked this up because my friend Matt over at Bookpilled said this is one of his favorite books, I believe, by Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle. I figured for $1, it's definitely worth that. It's a vintage copy, you know, books without barcodes. So this is going to be a thick boy for me to read. The next one, I was actually surprised. So this this big dragon tattoo right here is Stegeman from Christopher Stashie's Her Majesty's Wizard, or Wizard in Time. I think it's either Wizard in Time or Wizard in Rhyme series. I have the whole series. You would think I would remember. Plus it's tattooed on my arm, but I don't because it's been a while since I've read the whole series. But I did not know that he wrote sci-fantasy. So this is sci-fi and fantasy kind of together. This is a Wizard in Absentia. I am intrigued because, again, I very much love Her Majesty's Wizard, thus it's just tattooed on my arm. So here's this one. Again, I paid about $1 for this. And then I scored not one, but 2 copies of Robert Heinlein Starship Troopers, and not the media cover. So this is actually a vintage paperback cover. They are slightly different. This one has the science fiction thing right there. This one does not. Which one are you? So this one is May 1968, the 18th printing. And this one is May 1968, the 15th printing. Wow, they printed a lot of these. So the 15th and the 18th printing. I'm going to see which one is in better shape, and then that's the one that I'm going to just keep and read, and the other one I'm going to list. So if you would like a not movie cover of Starship Troopers, that listing will be down in the description. But I know from the internet that Starship Troopers the movie, that I actually was a guilty, like, I guiltily love that movie because it's like so bad it's good. It's very aware of what it's trying to do, which is just be like a cheesy action movie, and I adore it. I still adore it. I still will watch it anytime it comes on TV. So I am interested to see how different it is from the actual book. But if you're interested in a vintage copy, it'll be down below. Then I have Ringworld by Larry Niven. I have not read anything by Larry Niven, so this will be nice. So I have 2 of them now. My brain has finally decided it wants to read again. For a while, the other reason I wasn't doing very many videos here on this channel is because my brain just could not focus. So I can't force it to do something it doesn't want, no matter how hard I try. But it's back, so I'm back to reading. Another Niven, so I went from having not very many Niven to all the Niven. Again, this is going to be another one for books without barcodes. This is Protector. And it's green, which is part of why I picked it up. Also, it was like $1. And then I picked up 2 M.A. Foster books. I have The Morphodite. hope I'm pronouncing that correct and not making a word up. Are you gonna focus for me? There we go. Look at that, creepy, all the faces. The Morphotype, and then also Transformer, which also says, by the author of the Morphotype, so apparently that's important. She's like staring into your soul. Her hands, look how small her hands are. And how big her boobs are in comparison. Alright, anyway, I have these two. I've never heard of Foster, so interested in those. Also picked up another Heinlein. This was actually also free for my friend Donna. She's a writer and she's also my friend, so I will link her YouTube channel down below. She actually started YouTube recently, but she's doing more like her writing process and how to write books, so there you go for that. She gifted me Space Cadet because I told her I hadn't read any Heinlein yet and I didn't really have very much, so she said that she was going to let this copy go and gave it to me. So excited to have another. This is like a modern printing though. This is actually a really nice trade paperback. It's got kind of like a rubbery texture on it. It's got a dude. I'm guessing he's the Space Cadet. And the last two books I'm going to show you are both by Orson Scott Card. I saw this in a bin at a thrift store, Hidden Empire, and then right next to it I saw the first one. So I've got Orson Scott Card's Empire and Hidden Empire. So this is the first one, this is the second one. And I paid, I don't know how much for these because of the fact that I don't think the dude at the counter at the thrift store actually charged me for these. I'm not 100% sure with that. But yeah, I've got two more books by Orson Scott Card. I enjoyed Ender's Game so much, I decided that I should probably pick up and read more of him whenever I get around to it, but I think these are alternative history by him and not necessarily sci-fi, even though it has sci-fi essential right there, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll find out whenever I get to them. But that's my little haul. Really happy. Again, Paz, thank you for the book of poetry. Donna, thank you for the Heinlein, and I will see you guys next week for another review.